Now we move on to calculate what we call as the percentiles. Percentiles, percentage, name suggests 100. So in the first partition values we had divided in 4 parts, quartiles. In the second part deciles, decimals, so 10. And in the case of third part, which is percentiles, we are dividing it in 100. So percentiles divide that data into 100 parts, but how many points do you require to divide it? Again, one less, so it will become 99 points, and data gets divided into 100 parts. So P1 to P99 will be the representation of the percentile. And again, in this case also, we arrange the data for computation in ascending order. Okay. So let's see how the percentiles are calculated. See, look at the first part. For calculating P1 to P99 for individual and discrete data. So there are two parts always. Individual and discrete data, first formula. And for grouped or continuous data, we again use the second formula. So for individual data, size of k, n plus 1, k is what? 1 to 99, n plus 1 upon 100. In this case, n plus 1 upon 10 nahi hai. What is it? It is 100. Now for group data or continuous data, it will be pk, percentile of the k, that is k will be 1, 2, 3, whatever up to 99, anything. L is the lower limit of the percentile class. Kn, k is again that 1 to 3 up to 99, n is number of observation upon 100 minus Cf, cumulative frequency of the class. Which class? Preceding class of the percentile class, divided by f is frequency of the percentile class, and into h is the differential. So it's a similar formula what we have for quartiles, only thing here you have replacement of 10. Instead of 10 we are using 100. So now find for individual data. Take an example. If we have to find P40 from the following data, what you do? Arrange this data into ascending order. Size, take P40 will be equal to size of 40, n plus 1 upon 100 observation. So size of 40, because we are finding P40, into brackets n. How many number of observations? 9. So 9 plus 1 divided by 100. So in this case, it will be 4, which is the fourth observation, and P40 will be equal to the fourth observation, which is none other than 11. So this is the first part of individual data calculation. Now see if again you get it in terms of decimals. We use the similar methodology as we used for quartiles and percentiles. So quartiles and deciles. So I'm not explaining it again. You can just go through this answer and you'll understand how you take the 0.35 and then multiply it by the differential amount and you get the final percentile. Okay. Now coming to percentiles, how they are calculated for discrete data. Discrete data, we are going to, question says calculate P20 and P60 from the following data. Height is given, then number of persons is given. Take the total of the persons, it is 40. So n in this case is 40. We have arranged the data and found the cumulative frequency. Once you calculate the cumulative frequency, next step is find P20 and P60. Okay, just like we calculated in the first case, P20 and P60 we compute. Now the formulation for continuous data is different. So here question says find out P65 from the following data. Now marks are given, number of students are given, we arrange the data, total number of students, it comes to cumulative frequency 50. So number of students n is 50. Based on this, step 1 is find P65, the what P65 falls between 15 and 20. This is how we have computed, right? And step 2 is something which uses the second formula. L is the lower limit of that class, which is 15 plus 65th observation, right, into 50. which is basically the total size of the 50th observation. So basically 50, and divide by 100 and subtract what the previous cumulative frequency of the previous class. So that is 30 divided by what, the difference between the divided by 12, which is the frequency of that particular percentile class, and this entire thing into the difference of that percentile class, which is 20 minus 15, which is 5, and open the brackets and you solve the equation, you will get 16.04. So basically, if you look at the computations of quartile, deciles and percentiles, you will have the similar computations, right? The only thing here is the differences, a small difference will be made in the calculations as per formula. So you have to note that difference, that is 10. In that case, in the previous case, it was 4. In this case, it is 100, right? So there will be differences, small differences made in the formula, and accordingly, you will have to make the computations. So hopefully calculation of percentiles is also clear now, and based upon this, now you have understood how to do a little bit of statistical analysis for the purpose of economics. So this is a very simple basic analysis that we have learned, because this is a course of basics of economics. So quartiles, deciles and percentiles, simple ways, simple formulas you understand, learn and compute the valuations which will be used in further data analysis in advanced economics, right? So next part, next chapter that we are going to take up will be connected to basically understanding of a case study, which is of a state, and how the analysis of that particular state will happen in terms of economic analysis. So it's very interesting to see how a particular region will be analyzed by an economist.